Have you ever watched a concert moment that was so simple, yet somehow stayed in your heart long after the music ended? That is exactly what happened at Foxborough. No dramatic announcement, no massive surprise. Just 7 members of BTS sharing one stage with thousands of armies. And somewhere in the middle of all that energy, Jungkook and V created a few small moments that felt incredibly warm, natural, and special. A glance, a smile, a little interaction. And suddenly, ARMY had another Foxboro memory they didn't want to forget. Welcome back to Taekook fans. Today, we're going back to the Foxboro concert to look at one of the sweetest parts of the night, not only involving Jungkook and V, but also Jimin, Jin, RM, Suga, and J-Hope. Because what makes this moment special isn't simply seeing Jungkook and V together. It's seeing all 7 members sharing the same stage, supporting one another, joking around, enjoying the music, and creating memories with ARMY. And when you watch the 4K Fancam carefully, there are so many little details that make this night feel even more special. So, let's go back to the beginning. While RM was speaking to ARMY, the entire stadium was already filled with emotion. Thousands of fans were listening closely. ARMY bombs were glowing throughout the venue. The stage lights were shining. And behind RM, the other members were enjoying their own moments on stage. That's when the camera caught Jungkook looking toward V. It wasn't a dramatic moment. It was simply a brief glance. But then Jungkook slowly moved closer. V noticed him, and suddenly a smile appeared. That tiny smile was enough. ARMY reacted immediately. The cheers became louder, and once again, attention shifted toward the 2 members. And honestly, that is one of the sweetest things about moments like this. Sometimes, the smallest interaction can create the biggest reaction. There doesn't have to be a huge gesture. There doesn't have to be a long conversation. Sometimes, 2 members simply standing near each other is enough to make thousands of fans smile. And that is exactly what Foxboro gave us. A collection of small moments between 7 people who have spent years sharing the same stage. Now, look at J-Hope. While Jungkook and V were nearby, J-Hope could also be seen enjoying the atmosphere. His smile added another layer to the moment. And that is something we shouldn't overlook. Because this wasn't only about Jungkook and V. It was about the entire group. J-Hope brought his incredible energy. Jimin kept the mood warm and playful. Jin brought his trademark humor. Suga balanced everything with his calm presence. RM guided the group and connected with ARMY. V continued, enjoying the moment. And Jungkook moved around the stage with his own energy. 7 personalities. 7 different ways of expressing themselves. But together, they created an atmosphere that felt incredibly comfortable. And that is one of the reasons BTS is so special. Now, let's look at another small moment involving Jungkook and V. At one point, Jungkook appeared to notice something about V and made a small gesture as if checking or helping with something related to his stage appearance. It happened quickly, almost too quickly to notice during a live concert. But that is exactly why fan cams are so fascinating. The official performance gives us the big picture. Fan cams often give us the tiny details. A smile, a glance, a hand gesture, a playful expression, a quick reaction. And suddenly, a few seconds become a memory. Of course, we cannot know exactly what Jungkook was thinking or what V was thinking. We cannot hear every conversation from a distant fan cam. So we should never turn assumptions into facts. But we can appreciate what is visible. And what we can see is a comfortable interaction between 2 longtime BTS members who have shared countless stages together. That alone is something worth appreciating. Then the music starts again. The atmosphere changes. The members begin moving around the stage. V makes a playful expression. Jungkook responds with a smile. And ARMY immediately reacts. The stadium fills with cheers. For a few seconds, it feels like everyone inside the venue is experiencing the same little moment together. That is the magic of a BTS concert. The members create the moment, but ARMY completes it. Every smile from the stage receives a reaction from the audience. Every joke becomes louder. Every little interaction becomes a shared memory. And Foxboro was filled with moments like these. Now, let's talk about Jimin. Jimin has always been one of those members who can make an atmosphere feel warmer almost instantly. Throughout the concert, his interactions with the other members added another layer of comfort to the group. Whether he was dancing, laughing, teasing someone, or simply standing beside another member, Jimin helped keep the energy flowing. And when Jungkook and V were nearby, his presence made the scene feel even more like a group of close friends enjoying a night together. Then there's Jimin. Of course, we cannot have a BTS concert without Jimin finding a way to make everyone laugh. His playful expressions and unexpected moments have always been part of his charm. To hear their voices, to see their smiles, to experience another night together, that is what makes concerts unforgettable. You can watch hundreds of clips online. You can replay fan cams. You can look at photos. But even after the concert ends, a good recording can bring that feeling back. And Foxboro captured that feeling perfectly. As the concert moved toward its final moments, the atmosphere became even more emotional. Confetti began filling the stage. The members were enjoying the last part of the night. Everyone looked more relaxed. The pressure of the main performance seemed to fade. And for a few moments, they were simply 7 friends enjoying the final minutes with ARMY. Jungkook and V appeared together again. They smiled. They enjoyed the atmosphere. And Jin's reactions added even more humor. Jimin continued enjoying the moment. J-Hope kept the energy high. Suga watched with his familiar calm expression. RM stayed connected with the crowd. And suddenly, the entire stage felt less like a massive global concert, and more like 7 people enjoying a special night with ARMY. That is the feeling many fans will probably remember most. Not just the lights, not just the choreography, not just the music, but the smiles, the laughter, the little gestures, the moments between the moments, and especially the way the 7 members seemed to enjoy being together. Foxboro may have lasted only one night, but these little memories can last much longer. A fan cam can freeze a few seconds. A photograph can capture one smile. A short clip can preserve one interaction. And years from now, fans can still go back and say, "Remember that moment?" That is the beauty of being ARMY. We collect memories, one concert at a time, one song at a time, one smile at a time. And Foxboro gave us another collection of memories to keep. So now, I want to hear from you. What was your favorite moment from the Foxboro concert? Was it Jungkook and V sharing that sweet moment? Was it Jimin making everyone smile? Was it Jin's playful energy? RM's emotional speech? Suga's quiet reactions? J-Hope's incredible energy? Or simply seeing all 7 members together again? Tell us in the comments. And if you noticed another beautiful detail in the fan cam, share it below. Because sometimes the smallest moment is the one another ARMY remembers forever. And before we finish, let's remember what really makes BTS special. It isn't just one member. It isn't just one pairing. It isn't just one viral moment. It is all 7. RM,
G,
Suga,
J-Hope,
Jimin,
V,
and Jungkook. Together, they create something that millions of people around the world continue to treasure. So, let's keep supporting all 7 members. Let's celebrate their music. Let's enjoy their performances. Let's appreciate their friendship and teamwork. And most importantly, let's enjoy these moments without turning speculation into facts. Because sometimes, we don't need to know everything. Sometimes, a smile is just a smile. A laugh is just a laugh. A sweet interaction is simply a beautiful moment between 2 longtime members. And that is more than enough. Thank you for spending this time with us here at Taekook Fans. If you enjoyed this Foxboro breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe to Taekook Fans, turn on notifications, and let us know in the comments which Foxboro moment made you smile the most. Because there are still so many moments waiting to be discovered. And who knows? Maybe the next fan cam will reveal another beautiful memory we completely missed the first time. So keep watching, keep supporting BTS, keep supporting all 7 members, and keep celebrating the moments that bring ARMY together. Foxboro may already be over, the lights may have gone out, the music may have stopped, but the memories? They're still here, frame by frame, smile by smile, moment by moment, and maybe that is the sweetest part of all. Thank you for watching, ARMY. See you in the next video. Keep smiling, keep supporting BTS, and as always, Yorahi, Purple Heart. Disclaimer: this video is created as fan commentary and entertainment based on publicly available footage and fan cams. Any discussion of expressions, gestures, or interactions is based only on what can be observed in the footage and should not be interpreted as confirmation of private conversations, personal feelings, or relationships outside the context shown. We respect the privacy of all 7 BTS members and encourage everyone to enjoy their music, performances, friendship, and teamwork with love and respect. When the atmosphere became emotional, Jin had a way of bringing everyone back to a lighter mood. A funny expression, a playful gesture, a flying kiss, and suddenly everyone was smiling again. That is Jin. And that is one of the reasons his presence adds so much warmth to BTS. Now look at Suga. Suga's energy is completely different. He doesn't always need to be the loudest person on stage. Sometimes, one small expression says enough. His calm personality balances the group perfectly, and watching him observe the other members while the crowd reacts creates another subtle but beautiful part of the concert. Then there is RM. As the leader, RM often becomes the emotional center of BTS. When he speaks, everyone listens. When he smiles, the atmosphere changes. And seeing him surrounded by the other 6 members reminds us just how much history exists between them. This is more than a performance. It is years of friendship, teamwork, memories, challenges, and shared experiences appearing on one stage. And finally, J-Hope. There is almost no one better at keeping the energy alive. His smile, his dancing, his reactions, his ability to connect with the crowd. Everything about J-Hope adds another level of excitement to the concert. Put all 7 together, and you understand why BTS concerts feel so different. Now, let's return to Jungkook and V. Throughout the concert, there were several moments when the two ended up near each other. Sometimes they exchanged glances. Sometimes they smiled. Sometimes they simply continued performing while standing close together. Nothing overly dramatic, just small stage interactions. And perhaps that is what makes them so enjoyable to watch. Fans don't always need something huge. Sometimes a small moment is enough, especially when you have followed these members for years. You recognize their personalities, you recognize their habits, and you notice the little things. That is why the 4K Fancam becomes so interesting. You can pause it, replay it, watch another angle, and suddenly you notice something you missed the first time. Now imagine experiencing that moment live. The stadium is full. Thousands of ARMY bombs are glowing. The music is loud. The members are moving across the stage. And suddenly, Jungkook and V appear together on the giant screen. The reaction is immediate. Cheers rise from every direction. Phones go into the air. Fans smile. Some scream. Some laugh. Some simply stand there trying to capture the moment. That is what a BTS concert memory looks like. It isn't always about one huge event. It is about dozens of small moments happening within one unforgettable night. And Foxboro gave us plenty of them. Now we reach another sweet part of the evening. As the members moved toward the extended stage, Jungkook and V once again appeared in the same area. They walked near each other. They occasionally looked at one another. And at one point, they appeared to exchange a few words. What did they say? We don't know. And honestly, we don't need to know. Maybe it was something about the performance. Maybe it was a joke. Maybe it was simply a quick comment between 2 members. Whatever it was, the moment looked relaxed. And sometimes that is the sweetest part. Not knowing every detail, just enjoying what we can see. 2 longtime BTS members sharing a stage. 2 familiar faces smiling. And thousands of ARMYs witnessing the moment together. Then the camera moves away. And suddenly, we see all 7 members again. Jimin is interacting with the crowd. Jin is being playful. J-Hope is dancing. Suga is smiling. RM is connecting with ARMY. V is enjoying the atmosphere. And Jungkook is right there with them. For a moment, the entire group feels completely connected. And that may actually be the biggest takeaway from Foxboro. Yes, Jungkook and V created some beautiful moments. But the sweetest part was seeing all 7 members enjoying the night together. Because at the end of the day, BTS is 7 people. 7 different personalities. 7 different stories. But one team. And that bond is something ARMY has been able to witness for years. Now, let's talk about the audience. Because ARMY deserves some of the spotlight too. The crowd at Foxboro wasn't just loud. They were emotional. They were excited. They were completely immersed in the concert. Every time the members interacted, the audience responded. Every time Jungkook and V appeared together, the reaction became even louder. But underneath all those screams was something beautiful. Fans were simply happy to see BTS together again. To see all 7 members sharing the same stage.